Hey everybody. Okay, so I have selected a clip here from a recent talk with Daisy, and it looks like there is a trouble on the horizon for her and Cross. So Cross is this guy that she's been seeing. I don't really know what they're doing because he's a bit of a mystery. 24 years old, hangs out at the beach, plays guitar. Not sure why she picked him out specifically. But she is trying to do her, the non-monogamy. Okay, so he is under the understanding that he can go see other people at the same time, and this is something that Daisy says she's wired for this. She's wired to be non-monogamous. The thing is that she absolutely can't stand not knowing what is going on between her primary, which I guess would be Cross, and what other women he would be bringing into this situation. And she needs to know constantly what is happening. She has to be included in everything, because if we remember, John was, towards the end of his tenure down there at Venice Beach, he was hanging out with, a dominatrix. I think her name was Megan or something. I can't quite remember. But, he is, of course, going to go along with the program of, I guess we can see other people. And Daisy dedicated a very long video to actually meeting and hanging out with this lady. It was quite a sight to see. I believe all those videos are deleted at this point. It is interesting to watch her try to manipulate people. She kind of cozied up to this gal. And was kind of like, we got to stick together. And it's like what she's doing is developing a wedge right there. She's wedging, trying to divide and turn it into her and the woman against John in case anything happens. And it's fascinating to see. She is completely incapable of either being in a relationship like Prince, where she's married, or even just with one guy. And she's not capable of being in a polyamorous relationship either. She went crazy when she found out that John and the other gal went to hot yoga without her. I mean, she flipped her lid over it. It was an explosion. So here what we're going to see is, Cross there's something going on between him and Daisy and this other lady, Ginger, or is that her name? Georgia. And it's just... It really blows my mind how somebody at her age, and I know I've got to remember she's like a teenager, is spending so much time and effort dealing with this, hassling with this situation that clearly is just not going to work. What's the end game, Daisy? What's the end game, Cross? What do you want to do with one another? Where is this going? You see one another, moving in together, having a future? Really? What is it that any of these people are trying to get out of this situation? So let's catch up and see what is going on.
Preoccupied when I do the test. I always, this is Cross. Do you want to hear the conversation?
Okay. See, you could already tell the look on her face when she glanced up. You want to hear the conversation. There's already disapproval on her face. And another problem here, she wants secure attachment or whatever she was just saying, is she's breaching his trust or his, just the not respecting privacy and broadcasting this call, not only to her friend here that's on, live with her, but the whole internet's going to hear this conversation. So where's the recipe for this, securely attached threesome that she wants to see happen?
Do it. Pick it up, Dave.
Pick it up, Days.
I do not want to talk to you. I will only talk to Georgia. I've already said everything I want to say, and right now I'm talking on live stream, and you are on live stream, so everything you say is being recorded.
All right. Well, at least she let him know that the whole world is about to hear this. She's about to launch into this here.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to know you're all right.
You are a liability, and you are emotionally abusive, and I don't like the breaking up, getting back together.
Okay, emotionally abusive. I think she has said that about every single guy that we have seen her with. I think that's been said about everybody. So, wow, I mean, she manages to catch, every single emotionally abusive guy. Let's dig in a little bit more and see exactly what his big sin was here. I guess breaking up with her and whatever. Let's find out.
And I know that I'm then attacking your character and enemy imaging you. So you're being avoidant and dismissive, and I'm becoming disorganized, and then Georgia is anxious and preoccupied, trying to become pitiful and make you feel. So these are like acting out patterns that we're doing, and you don't want to talk about it. So if you're not going to send me George's number, and if you're not going to talk about it with I guess it would be a fourth party because there's three of us, then you need to leave me alone and stay away from me. And you are a liability, and I do not want to be near you. All right?
I would like to talk about it, but
I'm not going to talk about it with you. I only want to talk about it with a person who I trust, an empathy buddy, and the three of us together. And
it's interesting because she always goes towards wanting to have a fourth, like a witness, an empathy buddy that has to sit in, and she's got to make some big conference out of everything. This is a 43-year-old woman screwing around like this with a 24-year-old. And it's just the magnification of this in her life, right now. It's just, this is like, why are you not, like living in an adult world? I don't know. It's just strange, all the time spent with this almost like teenage bullshit.
The only thing I'm available for. Otherwise, just stay away from me.
Yeah, and you stay away, but she keeps answering the phone. You could block his number. You don't have to pick up the phone.
Respect your space if you want me to.
Yes, and I will be talking to Georgia on my own because I believe in doing our work. I don't think Georgia should have to be available for what she's going through. So, yeah.
Well, I don't think that she should do anything she doesn't want to do.
Well, she's already come to my hangout twice, so obviously she's engaging with me, or she wouldn't be coming to my spot. She's not coming to go find you. She's coming to my spot to find me. You just happen to be there. So I could do the same thing. I could go find her and talk to her, and you are a liability because you're being emotionally abusive, and I do not have people in my life who discard me like a paper towel. So you need to stay away from me because I'm not a paper towel. I'm not a paper towel that you like blow.
Wait a minute. Wait. She doesn't like being discarded. What happened to Sweet Jeff too, who spent $34,000 giving her a new ass and butt, paying for her plastic surgery this summer, and then she takes off. She claimed he suddenly became abusive, and then she took off. And it sounds like she kind of ditched him.
Your snot in and get body work from all the time and take my resources and take my time. You're gonna leave me
her resources
alone, or you're gonna send me her number because I don't want to talk to you. She found me. He doesn't think I can't find her. His girl, she came to Starbucks twice. So I have friends who already, like, you know how my friends, like, stalk the guys that I'm dating? Like, I have friends all over the country. Like, Diana.
All over the country. The whole universe is backing her as she, attempts to date some guy on the beach, a 24-year-old kid. And then there's some other woman floating around Georgia from Italy who's all in a snit. And the inordinate amount of energy that she is expending on this. You talk about burning up your resources. What in the hell are you doing here? Bothering with these people, these, children. I don't get it. Her resources.
Of everything.
Makes me.
And I have a new stalker, Goddess Z.
Okay.
And all these people who are like, can tell me her every move.
What have they found out about Cross? They're stalking him. What are they finding out about him? The secret places he goes, his private life, what he's thinking. It's like a teen magazine.
So I'm just going to.
Check on you and me.
I was with Goddess Z when she called you.
You guys have a good time?
I just wanted to hear how cold and narcissistic your voice was.
Narcissistic. All right, so, here I've got to ask, and I asked this when, John was trying to show her, the things he's doing in Brazil, share some of his life, and she just shits all over it, yawning, bored. It's just a city with cement and cars. Like, what is this guy, this Cross guy, what is he getting out of this? Why is he on the phone with her? What benefit? I'm sure he could find somebody closer to his own age and kinder than Daisy is, and not wrapped up in this, the heavy darkness. It always turns into this heavy darkness with her. Nice. There, he's
old and narcissistic.
That's how it
toasting how Daisy is treating this guy. Okay.
I was just trying to be calm and be like, not in any way, in my feelings,
Well, emotionally abusive people usually say that.
Okay, so why would you stay on the phone with this woman, Cross? What are you getting out of this? You're just a punching bag now, because she's got to have, you talk about enemy imaging. She always has to, have you noticed? She's got to always have multiple enemies around. John the bully and, whatever. She's always got to have somebody that she can shit all over. And he's it, and he won't hang up. He doesn't hang up the phone. He keeps taking it. Like John keeps taking it. The weird thing about John is it doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's got some super power against it, some immunity, I guess.
So, unless you want to work on it, please stop taking my valuable time.
Valuable time. What is Daisy doing? Is she an executive? Is she running a company? Does she have children that she's taking care of? Her valuable time, which it seems like most of it is spent twirling around and dancing in Starbucks. He better stop wasting that time there.
Well, then you will send me George's phone number so that I don't have
That's a demand. You will. There's no choice here. You're gonna
be a detective like she was. That's annoying.
But I'm not going to send you her number because there's no reason.
Yeah, good for him. Don't do it. Don't do it, Cross.
A false understanding of where George is at.
Because we're in a love triangle, and homie don't play that. I like transparency, truth, and trust. So
we're not in a love triangle anymore after last night. After our talk, and I'm telling you, I want to be a good person and better.
This is the third time you've done this to me in 2 months. So you're going to stop taking my time, and I'm going to hang up this phone now, and you're not going to start another conversation.
Okay, so, hey, maybe he was doing something wrong. Was he doing something wrong? Would he not tell her about Georgia? When you have open relationships, it's supposed to be ethical, non-monogamy, I think, where everybody's got to know about everybody else, I guess. And they all have to communicate. Maybe that's what he's doing wrong. Let's find out.
You're going to do one of two things. You're going to send me George's number, or you're not. And then I'm going to do one of two things, depending on what you do. I'm either going to call her, or I'm going to have to...
Why can't we just stay true to what we talked about in person, where we give each other space?
Okay, so he's suggesting let's kind of move away from one another. Again, I've got to... What is he... After listening to this, why is he even staying? Even trying to work anything out with her? Why? Just go off with Georgia or whatever. Move on with your life. Why even try? What is he gaining by hanging out with her, I guess? That's the big mystery to me.
The phone, because you've already taken enough of my valuable time and resources.
I love that. I'm going to say that to people the next time. You're taking up way too much of my time and valuable resources. Like you do all day. It just hangs out. She hangs out, and it's valuable time.
If you want to,
so you don't value me at all. That's fine.
Hey, you know what? You know what, Cross? You just hit on it. You hit on it. She doesn't value you. No. Every guy that she says that she loves or she's trying to get along with, all of them, she'll eventually call a motherfucker. She did that to John, and Prince got shit on. She got him kicked out of an apartment that he had been living in for years and years, and she comes along and starts screaming with the neighbors and fighting with the neighbors, getting him evicted, and it all just, it all spirals down. And Cross is in the down spiral. I think he's had it. Don't know exactly what he was getting out of. Again, I don't know. Maybe she was the one that wanted to pursue this. I don't know. Whatever this is. It doesn't seem like it's much.
Green juice, and if you want to like bring me gifts,
this is hilarious. If you want to bring me gifts, so she's saying, I guess, that he has to come begging with, things, presenting her with gifts and stuff. This is a way to, control somebody. Go ahead, bring me things. I'll decide whether you're worthy. This is just very unhealthy. But I will say one thing, is as I'm listening to her, I'm looking at this little doggy over here. This little doggy is so cute, I'm telling you. Absolutely adorable.
But besides that, I don't want to hear from you. Okay, I'm finished now. I'm only available for, I'm going to call it and talk to Georgia, but since you're not doing the work, I'll just...
The work.
You see what the work, because I want to interrupt this pattern and find a more life-affirming way to relate to my future partners so that I don't have to continue this, because my ex-husband, the perfect prince, did the exact same thing. He'd break up with me and get back together and break up with me and get back together.
She tells one side of the story where it's always the man's fault. Occasionally she'll admit that, she's got unhealthy coping or whatever. But I mean, it's the same pattern with everybody. Let's continue along here.
Together, like I was a yo-yo that he could just
and it's not fair to you, Daisy.
And I'm not a yo-yo, and I'm not a paper towel. I'm a goddess.
You're not a fucking paper towel.
Okay, so you can start bringing me gifts now. All right?
Gifts.
I think that's it. Just bring me gifts and send me George's number. And if you don't, that's totally fine.
There's somebody that says she hates money, capitalism, the market economy, and bring me stuff. Bring me stuff. She wants to torture him and humiliate him. She shits on his head, bring me stuff. If he had zero self-respect, he'd probably do it. I hope he turns around and walks due west.
Take me a little longer to talk to her.
Well, she's clapping. Ooh, that was great. That's a great way to treat men. In fact, you know what? Here's something I was thinking about before I started this little thing here I'm doing, is that where out of all the characters that we have seen the past, year and a half, where is any of the support for the guys? I think the only person who ever got some support was John, because I think maybe we got to know him a little bit. He had his own streams, and he would answer questions and talk directly to people. And I saw people just saying, run, get away from her, whatever. They were trying to kind of get him moving. But these other guys... it's all just, people her sitting around ripping on these men and live, putting their conversations where she's arguing. She loves to film arguments with these guys. And there's just some stuff she used to have of Prince and her that were really, really awful, and they're gone now. But, they were on for quite a while before the channel was purged a while ago. And it's awful to watch. She's just impossible to deal with.
Well, I'm not going to be at Venice today, I don't think, till later.
Okay, well, the gifts can come every day. It doesn't just have to be one day.
My man, what it do, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, look at her face there. I don't know that. Gifts can come every day. What is that going to do?
Do you need some weed?
Look at that. Listen to that. He's actually ready to... He'll come. He'll get you the weed, and boy, she's gonna she's gonna dump on that. Look at that.
I'm getting off the phone now. This is not like an invitation for you to start another conversation. I told you that.
What are you talking about? You just said he needs to bring gifts every day. He offers something, and you're kicking him in the face again. Why do these guys hang around? Why do they stick around this?
Time and resources are valuable, so I'm going to go.
Resources are valuable. She's got to get back into Starbucks and twirl around and show you her ripped pants.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, look at that. See that little face? See, she's smiling. They both are smiling. Look at that. Boy, they really, really beat that guy into the ground, didn't they? Isn't that wonderful? Completely ripped him apart in front of everybody. Hooray.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
You better come up with some fucking gifts.
Yeah, gotta get some gifts.
Can never leave me.
See, Meg, you should have told that to Steve. Send me fucking gifts.
This other king. I got it.
Howdy, howdy.
Are you not cold? No, I can tell. Hot girls never get cold. Cute outfits.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Done.
My boobs have an extra layer of heat in them. Okay, so...
You see how interesting also how quickly she switched from being on the phone and talking down to him like he was a fucking piece of garbage. And then he just at the flick of a switch, flirty, friendly, hugging.
Let's debrief what just happened.
Let's debrief it.
All right. Well, I'm not going to sit into the debriefing because I can't go over this again. So this is where we stand. Is apparently there's some sort of a threesome that they're trying to work out. We got Georgia, Cross, and Daisy. And Daisy just wants everything in harmony. You know, that we're all working together. It's all transparent, no game playing. But she is accomplishing that goal by keeping a complete stranglehold on Cross, and she admits that she's being very jerky about the whole thing. I've never seen her operate any other way. Everything ends up being very dominating, controlling, and it's all always kind of devolves into something very ugly and dark, as I've mentioned. In this way, I actually do. This is where I kind of feel a little sorry for her. You know, if it is true, her past, the things that she has said about her past, her upbringing, I can see how she literally really has no idea about like how a relationship functions. I don't think she will ever be able to, you know, function, relax in a real and contribute to a real relationship because she didn't grow up seeing anything like that. She didn't experience it. She did not go through adolescence, dating in a normal way, you know, kind of moving through step by step as we grow up. And yeah, that's a shame. And I think Cross is probably going to at some point burn out with this and probably move on. Again, I just don't see what he would be trying to get out of this. What does he want from her? I guess we'd have to interview him. I don't know if that's going to happen. So anyway, thank you again for tuning in, listening to this. If you've got comments about it below, please feel free to leave them. And that's all for now. Thanks. Bye.